Everyone, welcome to another weekly vlog. It's actually Wednesday, so it's technically not a weekly vlog. It's just gonna be a few days of whatever it is, mostly because we are just a few days away from February. So for me, it's gonna be a bit of a February reset. What that means for me right now is I need to come up with a new bullet journal spread for February, and I need to fill out all my January stuff in my reading journal. I am also going to start junk journaling a little bit / scrapbooking. I'm not sure what it's gonna look like yet because I don't think I'm gonna do like a monthly page for my scrapbook. I'm just gonna start filling it with stuff. So yeah, junk journaling. I did get some groceries this morning, so something on my list is to go through the pantry and the fridge. It is a mess. You know what else is a mess? My desk. Crap everywhere. I am feeling frazzled, if I say so myself. I'm just gonna check some stuff off of my to-do list for today. I posted a video. I'm not starting bread. I was going to start bread today. I think I'm gonna wait until the weekend. I don't really feel like baking today. So I'm gonna put that to Friday. Start bread. I'd like to make a loaf of sourdough, like in a loaf pan instead of a circle. I usually have just some sliced bread in the freezer and we just toast it whenever we want some, and we're out. So I thought I'll just bake my own. I made bagels for the second time the other day. Way better this time around than if you watched last week's vlog. Okay, there's still a few things on my list that I have to do today. I am reading Unravel Me right now, so we're also going to do a bit of reading together. I would love to finish this book sooner than later. I am on chapter 19, page 124. I started a few days ago and it's rough going for me. I think I need to get past this little hump because I really liked the setup in the first book and I liked Warner's book that I read, the little novella. But Juliet in this book is just so self-pitying and it's getting very annoying for me to get through. I'm also curious. I'm going to start listening to the audiobook, I think, when I walk the dogs today. I'm very curious how it's going to do like these crossed out lines. I'm not sure how that will sound on an audiobook, but I'm going to try it. I think today while I walk the dogs and while I cook dinner, I will be listening to the audiobook and hopefully get one more book done before the end of January. So it's not a reading vlog, but it will be included. I always say I'm going to show dinners and then I'm always really bad at showing what I'm eating for dinner, but I'm trying a few new recipes this week. I have a lot of fun plans for dinner and I love to cook. So I think those things are all on the list. So we'll see what we get up to, I guess, is what I'm saying. Do I want to have a coffee? I had a latte this morning and a chai latte right after lunch, and I would love to have a good sleep tonight. So I think I'm going to try not to have a coffee and go to bed really early. I've not been feeling great. I've missed a couple of workouts because I just cannot get out of bed, and once I do, I'm tired all day. So I think I'm going to not have a coffee. Oh, but it's so fun to like have a little beverage. You know what I should have is a protein shake. I bought a new mug today. They had it in white and pink and green, and I chose green because I would normally choose pink. It was very much the color of my water bottle. Look how good it looks together though. But I find that I often wish we had one more good coffee mug. I love this texture too. It's so like mini egg to me. Just like this soft, matte pastel. I also tried just some new filming stuff last week when I vlogged, and I haven't edited that video yet, so I don't know how it went. But I think I preferred filming that way. Just a little more B-roll, a little more, this is what my day's looking like, a little less curated. So I think I'm going to stick to that this time. And hopefully when I edit it, I've made the right choice. But we'll see. Two things. One, Unravel Me, the book, so much better as an audiobook. I'm not sure why. Well, the narrator is really great. She's wonderful at doing voices and having her speaking voice being different than her narration voice. I think when I've been reading the book, I've just been so easily distracted because it's the only thing I can do. And taking the dogs for a walk and listening to it was so good. It was so good. I'm super interested in the actual plot and the underground aspect of it. This group, it's very X-Men. I could not give
two shits about the romance in this book. And I think that is what was keeping me a little bit out of the story at the beginning, is because the whole beginning is kind of based around this romance. And now we're finally getting more things. And that will forever, I think, be the least interesting part of these books. And there's too much of it. 70% of this book so far, I would say. 75% of this book so far. So I'm going to continue to listen, I think, while I do my bullet journal, reading journal. Second of all, I owe it to this bread starter to bake a loaf of bread. It is puffy and beautiful and ready to go. So I am going to look up a loaf recipe now, I think. And I will probably start that after dinner. Now would be a great time because it's kind of at its biggest, but I don't want to have to do it too early in the morning. I also saw a banana bread recipe for discard that I will probably use on the weekend because it looks really good. I also really gotta water my plants. I said it in my last video. Haven't done it since. I haven't watered my plants in like 2 weeks. It's a problem. It's a problem. Should I start with that? Just because I really don't want to. Start with one you wanted the least. 8 days late. 9 days late. Okay. Only 2 are really bad. I want my Diet Coke now, but I usually want to drink it while I cook and eat dinner. But we're having soup, so I don't eat it while I eat soup. TBD. I changed because I was tired of wearing a bra. So I just wanted to put my pajamas on early. I have found a sourdough recipe that I would like to do. The thing is, it is pretty hands-on from start to finish for about 8 hours. So, false alarm, I will be waiting until Saturday to bake a loaf of bread. So I think when I feed it next, I might have to get rid of quite a bit of it. But it's not time yet. Oh. Are you getting baggy, you guys? You have to wait half an hour. The book is very fun because I was curious about the crossed off parts, and it is kind of like, I think it would be in a video game where you hear like a choo, so you know that she just crossed out something. And she's always very self-pitying, but it's like the most self-pitying or thoughts that she finds, I don't know, illegal. Like she shouldn't have. Like she's catching herself having these thoughts. So it's easy to know exactly which line is being crossed out. So far, the only thing I have for my junk journal is prompts for my TBR this month. I think it's fun to keep them, and I think I will be able to look back and maybe use some ones that I've taken out. I know a lot of people reuse their prompts. I don't think I would find that very fun because then you would always know what's coming. I don't know. Halfway through the book and it's finally getting good. I also am crying from cutting onions. I couldn't find any mild Italian sausage not encased, so I gotta take this out of the casing, which is one of my least favorite things to do. But I'm gonna cook this with the onion, and then once it's like browning, add some chicken stock. Once that starts boiling, some tortellini, and then cook that, and then just add a little bit of kale, and then that's the soup for dinner. I found a recipe online that's supposed to be really fast and easy, and only, 6 ingredients? Yeah, the book's finally getting good. Shit's going down. I'm really enjoying the audiobook so much that I think after dinner I might play Stardew Valley or something, just while I listen to the audiobook. And I'm planning on being in bed at 8 to see if I can fall asleep because I'm still not feeling great. I'd like to work out tomorrow. I want to catch up on my sleep. I think that's a big problem. A good comfort soup for dinner and bed early. Maybe I'll take like a nice hot shower right before bed. That sounds wonderful. I think I'm gonna add some garlic to the soup too. I'll cook it with the sausage and the onion. This is actually coming out so much easier than other ones I've done.
Smells delicious.
Good morning. It's 8:30 a.m. I have opened my blinds today. So if any of my neighbors look out or anybody walks past, I will get caught. I have my space heater on. It's so freaking cold in here right now. I just planned my personal day and I planned my work day. So I have a list of things to do today, but I just wanted to start by saying I finished Unravel Me via audiobook. So I read this much and then I listened to this much. I think I had like 10% left by the time I went to bed. And then as soon as it was done, I fell asleep, which was wonderful. And then at like 1 a.m., I was wide awake and my watch was so overstimulating that I took it off and massaged my wrist and then put it back on. And then it thought that I woke up at 1. So I had to change that, edit that in my Garmin app. And then it still thought that I didn't get enough REM because it doesn't know how you slept when you input those 4.5 hours, I guess, of my own. So I think my sleep score is really low. 68. It was at like 53 and then it changed to 68 when I edited the time. So it wants me to get 9 hours tonight, but I have volleyball starting at 8:30. So there's no way I'm getting that many hours. Maybe I'll take a nap today. I did dogs yesterday, so Zach says he's gonna do them today. So maybe I'll get like a 3 o'clock nap in. That actually sounds really good. And we will also have to pick another book. I have 2 books left on my January TBR list, and I will only be able to do one of them in these last 3 days of the month. I have China Rich Girlfriend, which I feel like I have to read. It's the second book in Crazy Rich Asians, and I borrowed it from my friend, so I feel like I have to read it so I can give it back. But I also want to read 2 Kindle books every month, and I don't want to fail month 1. I have like 50 books downloaded on my Kindle right now, and I'm trying to chill out and not add any more when I see free ones. So I'd like to get started on that list. I might have to do a month where I only read Kindle books. That could be really fun. But for now, I think I'm going to choose the Kindle book, which is a sci-fi. It's called Maru. I know nothing about it, except it's one of the first books that I ever got from Prime First Read. So it's been on there for a long time. So I am going to start that one after work today. So maybe I should charge my Kindle. Anyway, I finished Unravel Me. I'm still very glad that I listened to the audiobook. I think I might adopt that for the next ones. I do want to keep going. I am curious about the rest of the books. It stayed whiny. I stayed not caring about the relationship. The middle kind of felt like it could end. Like, I feel like this could have been 2 books, which is kind of fun. Like, the last half is very action-packed, but still just too much about the romance that I didn't care about. And I think we're supposed to really, really care about a specific character. The author has made him too creepy for me to care about him in the way that our main character does. I don't like either of the love interests in a love triangle. I hate a love triangle as it is. So to not like either of them, I'm like, girl, just, you've been stuck underground for what, a decade? Maybe not, but you know what I mean. She's been locked up and hasn't had a social life ever. Live for yourself for a little bit, you know? That's how this book made me feel. I'm giving it 2.5 stars. I'm gonna start by quickly filling that out in my reading journal. And then I feel like journaling this morning. I have a lot of thoughts going on in my head, so I'm gonna journal. I feel like writing. I'm feeling very creative this morning. So I'm going to embrace that, and I'm going to start work just a little bit later today. I'll probably start work at like 9:15 today. So not like super late, but not yet. I have abandoned you guys, and in that time, I baked a banana bread. It's a little underdone, so I put it in the air fryer. The piece that I'm about to have with my coffee that you hear being made, and marinated some chicken with, oh, I just splashed it everywhere. Okay, anyway, marinated that in basically like oil, some seasonings, and chipotle and adobo sauce. I am hoping to get a chipotle flavored chicken. I tried to do it a few days ago and it worked, but I didn't have chipotle, so I used hot sauce and it was very good. So we're gonna have some chicken, sweet potato fritters, and zucchini for dinner tonight. But it's almost 4, so not quite dinner time yet. I was hoping to take a nap. I don't think I'll be able to sleep. I have like this weird middle amount of energy, so I am having a latte, and then around 5 or 6 I will be having an energy drink, just so that I am fully prepared to play late night volleyball. It's a lot of caffeine, so we'll see how I sleep tonight. Maybe I should have gone with a nap. Just thought I'd keep you in the loop, because I probably should have got b-roll of all of it, and instead I just did it because I didn't feel like filming, so I also picked a zit. Take it slow.
What?
I need energy drink. I'm about to crush. Oh, here's crap. One thing you can do is pick up the garbage.
Alright, it's almost.
That would be wonderful. Bird. Fizz free. What the fuck did I get?
Juice.
Fizz free peach mango.
Juice. That sounds better. I don't like bubbles.
Fizz free.
Can I try it?
Can I try it? I got peach mango juice.
I love that.
It's actually really good though.
Yeah, dude, juice hits.
This is church juice.
Peach mango.
This is the only Celsius they had on the shelf. They were out.
Can you replace the bag?
Yeah.
Okay. Teamwork.
Ashley. Dreamworks. What's a pound? 16 ounces?
Yeah.
The banana bread is good.
Oh my god, I'm not yet.
No, it's okay. It's a tad underbaked, so I did put it in the air fryer, so good. That's what I mean, like the viscosity is thin. I wonder if we're gonna stick these in the food processor. Let's try it. These are too mushy. It's gonna be more like shredded hash browns. Okay, decided to make the patties a hash because they were falling apart. Too much liquid, not a great recipe, but it has like egg and soy sauce in it, so it'll be flavorful. Chicken, delicious. I already tried a piece. Just gonna smother it in mayo now and get a Diet Coke and bon appetit. It's 7:30 a.m. You can probably hear Rivy chewing on her toy. I had an awful sleep. Let me actually check. It was a sleep score of 67. I woke up so often last night. I only have 1 point of REM. Friday's not usually an early bedtime. It is date night. Instead of picking a movie, Zach would like us to watch Shrinking together, which he's already seen the first 2 seasons. So I'm kind of against it, but I'll do it anyway. I don't watch a lot of TV. I'd prefer for him just to pick a movie. But whatever. We have a meeting at 8:30, so in just under an hour, which is absolutely crazy. Why did he set it for 8:30 after late night volleyball? I don't know. It's also crazy that caffeine is probably a large reason I couldn't sleep last night, and I need caffeine this morning to wake up. I hate our bodies. Mine in particular for that reason. Right before I went to sleep last night, I read about 20 pages of Maru, which is my Kindle book that I have. So I'd like to finish this ideally tomorrow so that it's done at the end of the month. I don't love carrying over a book over the month. So yeah, I read the first chapter. It's weird. It's a weird book. I'm so confused. So Maru is a planet that they might be opening to let humans live on, but humans are the minority in this book. Our main character is fully human, but she was born to a couple that are called alloys, and I believe they are given like a human body when they visit Earth, but they're not human in reality. And I think they're immortal, so she's not. Her parents created her to be human, and humans are created purposefully with some flaws, like she has a blood anemia problem. It's a very confusing book, and I'm not sure if I don't understand because I'm not very sciencey, or if the author is making up these terms. I don't know enough about genetics to know if they're made up or if they're true. It's just like so overtly sci-fi, where I would say most of the sci-fi books that I've read are like fiction with some sci-fi thrown in or something, and not this many words that I don't understand, and then I'm just reading for the sake of reading. That's my little recap. Oh, also, we played great at volleyball. We won 5 out of 6 games, which we also did last week. So we're kind of crushing it these days. I'm still doing a pull-up every time I come into the garage for something, and earlier today I did 2, and then I didn't have proof, but
I definitely did two, like one right after each other. So let's see if I can do it again. I'm also already in my pajamas, don't worry. Bench is there. Does that count as 3? That might count as 3. All for a Diet Coke. Hello, happy Saturday. This is, I think, my favorite day of the week because I don't have to worry about the timing of anything. It's the day that I sleep in. Zach takes the dogs on an adventure, so I don't have to worry about that. I work out when I feel like it. I eat when I'm hungry. It's wonderful. I'm staying in my pajamas all day. Post shower, put on sweats, not putting makeup on, got the ratty hair, not even mad about it. I was very eager to work out today. I was ready. I was feeling restless. And then realized it was lower body day. There's nothing worse than thinking you're doing a full body day and having it be lower body day. Actually, worse would be thinking you're doing upper body and doing lower. Anyway, I'm going to have lunch now. It is 1 o'clock. My go-to lunch when I don't have leftovers in the fridge, which is rare. I usually have leftovers in the fridge. I was going to make a shrimp boil yesterday. Totally forgot that Superstore didn't have deveined, deshelled shrimp. They only had either pre-cooked deveined, don't want that, or shell on, and didn't want that. I like it to be done for me. And I forgot that I didn't pick any up and then didn't go to Save on Foods to do that. So I have everything else I need for it except the shrimp, which is the important part. So instead, I'm going to have a chicken wrap, which is my go-to. Getting these protein wraps, I can only find them at Superstore. I haven't seen them anywhere else. You know how sometimes protein stuff is like, it's not even worth it, the difference. This has 13 grams of protein in one wrap, which is actually kind of insane. I just ripped the bag. Great. Gotta put these in a different bag. Spinach, mayo, hot sauce. Ooh, actually, I opened a Chipotle adobo can the other day, so I'm gonna put that in instead of hot sauce. Chicken, I'm just gonna heat up. I love mayo. This is pre-cooked Italian flavored chicken breast. Crispy onions. And some spinach. I prefer arugula, but spinach is what we have in the fridge right now. Hi, you guys each like a piece. So I did decide to DNF Maru. I don't know if I'm just dense and didn't understand or if it is just a hard read. I think it is a very in-depth sci-fi and that's not what I was expecting, and I was not connecting to the characters in any way. So, my first DNF of 2026. Then I decided I kind of felt like reading a thriller. So something else on my Kindle that I have is Broken Bayou. This is another Prime First Read, I think. Most of the books that are downloaded to my Kindle are either Prime First Read, so like usually debut, or with Prime sometimes they have like $0 or 1 cent books. So that's kind of all I have on here. I don't love paying more than that for a book that you don't actually own in your hands, you know? Anyway, this is a thriller. This is a debut novel, and I'm kind of enjoying it so far. I'm 15% in. Oh, no, I'm a quarter of the way through. I just read for like 40 minutes, getting my steps on the treadmill, which is where most of my reading of this got done. So we're kind of following some flashbacks that are like 2 pages each of women who are maybe down on their luck, and then someone takes a photo of them and then they pass out. And our main character, Willa, My goodness, I'm so bad with names lately. Our main character, Willa, is going back to this town where her great aunts lived that she went every summer until, I want to say, she was done high school. She's now, I think, in her 30s, maybe 40s, early 40s. And she's going back to this hometown because her great aunts passed away and there is some stuff in their attic belonging to her family. And it seems like there might be some incriminating stuff about her mom. I'm not sure. She doesn't seem to have a great relationship with her mom. She did become famous. Like, she's a famous doctor with a podcast, and there's just been a bit of media attention brought to her because of some stuff that's going on that I won't ruin because a lot of it is coming in just now. A little more clarity on what's happening. So I don't read a lot of thrillers, so I don't have much to compare it to, but I am enjoying it. So it's nice to step out of my comfort zone a little bit and have it go well. I would like to finish this today, seeing as it's January 31st. So my plan is to read as much as I can today. I am having this problem that I tend to have of too many hobbies, too little time, because I started building a Sims house. It might have been last weekend already, I think last Sunday, and I just did the outside, and I would like to keep going on that. I also would love to play Cozy Caravan or Stardew Valley. So I have a lot of things I want to do today. So it's only 1:30. I'm going to read as much as I can. I think let me see how long it thinks it will take me. 3 hours. Easy. I left Cuddles with Ribby to start making my bread. What can you do? That's my instructions. I'm gonna say right off the bat, I don't think it looks right. I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna see what happens. I think it needs way more flour. I think it's way too wet. I'm gonna do a bit of a stretch and fold. It's not looking promising. I think I will move it to a warmer place, aka fireplace time. Let it rise for another half hour and see from there, but I'm not hopeful about this one. Let's do a little recap. I finished Broken Bayou yesterday. It started off really strong, I would say. I was really enjoying this book, and then around 30% of the way I made a theory, and my theory for the ending was correct. Obviously more things happened, and I was surprised a couple of times by a couple of things. There were a couple of, how many times can I say couple? There were some fake outs, I guess, that were good, and some extra information that was gathered. Like, the writing was mostly good, but all together I would say this book was a little bit mid. I gave it 3 stars. The first half of the book, because she is a public figure who is being criticized for something that happened, she talks with hashtags in the narration only, but it's like hashtag cue the disaster. It was painful to read. You know when you read a book and you can tell that an author uses a word and they're like, oh, that word's in their mind still? Because there was one time where she was talking about her grief like an egg, but she said, you know what? I actually wrote it down. She said, each crack has the ability to crack you, And that happened a couple of times where because a word came up, that word was in the same sentence or the next sentence. I was like, girl, broaden your vocabulary. It really bothered me. Didn't like that part of it. Other than that, the writing was good. The storytelling was good. I think for a debut novel, great job. I also, like I said, don't read a lot of thrillers, so I don't have a ton to compare it to, but I enjoyed it. Didn't love it, but I liked it. So 3 stars for that one. And then this morning I just started Nocticadia. I'm not far at all yet. I can't really give any kind of a recap. It is a library book. It was chosen for my February TBR. I'm picking it first because I would love to be able to bring this back to the library once I go pick up the next 2 that are coming in for me. So save a trip that way. I love to save a trip. I don't usually love sprayed edge, but I think this one's cool. The prologue has me hooked already though, where I'm pretty sure there's an illness that is scientifically explained, but in the prologue it's like, what does it say? 1753. And they think it's witches and magic and darkness. So that's interesting already because I think it is a fantasy and there is that darkness that exists. But it also, if I understand correctly from seeing some recaps of other people reading it, can be scientifically explained. And that is the point of the book, is that this girl works for her professor who is trying to fix this plague or whatever it is. Looking forward to reading this one. I'm not sure how much reading I'm going to get done today. I would like to give myself a pedicure today. I need to empty the litter box. I have to water some plants again. Gotta take the dogs out, though I might just play here with them because it is hosing. I usually love fall and winter. I am kind of desperate for spring this year, but I think it's because we had such a nice January and I got used to it, and now the rain, it just feels like we're regressing back into winter that we had already passed, even though it didn't really happen at all. So we might do some training, some playing, some inside stimulation today. We will see. Okay, I think I fixed the dough. On the second stretch and fold, I added quite a bit of flour and it looks like real dough now, and it looks like it did in the video for him. So then it sat for 2.5 hours. I did a little pedicure, watched some YouTube, read a little bit, played some Stardew Valley. I did a lot in those 2 hours. Oiled my hair. I divide in half, and now they're just supposed to sit on the island for like 30 to 40 minutes. And, oh shoot, 5 minutes ago I just said the rain let up and I was going to take the dogs now for a quick 30 minutes. That's not going to happen. It just came back. Yeah, I'll play with her. I'll do a little bit of training too. She heard you say toy. She perked right up when you... Stop it. That voice is the voice that did it. I have to shower first. I gotta wash out my hair oil. You said it. You have to play with her for this little bit. It's your fault she brought you a toy. I love the weekend. Showering at 1 p.m. just to put my pajamas back on because of course. Two things. One, it's almost 7 o'clock, so I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and put it in my bedroom so that I don't doom scroll tonight and use my phone. I've been on my phone way too much today. I also turned the AC on, and I think I'm gonna take a warm shower before bed and then curl up in bed with a little bit of a cooler house, only to 20. I kept it pretty warm in here today because of the bread rising. I hear that's supposed to help have a better sleep. I only had 1 caffeinated coffee. My second latte was a decaf. Anyway, that was the first thing. That was a long first thing that turned into like, what, 3 things? Second thing, might be too soon to tell, but based on the outside, these went well. They've only been out for about 40 minutes, so I'm hesitant to cut into them yet. I feel like I should wait for them to cool down, maybe even until the morning. Should I be putting them on a wire rack? Maybe. Maybe a bit flat? Okay, Zach and I are gonna watch some more Taskmaster New Year's special, and then I'm gonna read in bed, because I should not be watching TV right before bed. I also need to drink a lot more water. Nervous for no reason. She's perfect.
Tastes like shit.
Fuck off. I'm so happy. Let's have grilled cheese sandwiches for lunch tomorrow. Your girl aced it. Hi. Hi, Cuddlebug. Hello, it is Monday afternoon. I've just finished my workday. It's the best when you sit on the couch and she's just like, oh, we're cuddling now? Here I am. She's the best. You're the best. I know I just lotioned. Big mistake. All I want to do right now is scroll. So in an effort to stop this phone addiction, because I already hit my TikTok 15 minutes today, don't need to watch more of it, I am here with my book, which actually it took a lot of effort to put away when I went to bed last night. I am not that far, I think like 80 pages. Yeah, just about to start chapter 10. I didn't realize it was dual POV, so that's fun. And I am kind of obsessed with it already, and I'm not even like a fifth of the way through. This is a really good book. I enjoy the writing. I enjoy the story. I think I was expecting to be fantasy heavy, which it is, but it's set in the modern world, which I was not expecting. So there's this island that has this elite school. It's an Ivy League school that accepts less people than all the other Ivy Leagues. And this girl wrote about her mom's, Lilia. This girl, Lilia, is our main character. And she wrote about her mom's death, and she kind of thought she was crazy and imagining things when her mom died, and her professor was like, you're not crazy, this is a real thing, and this school is teaching people about it and doing research on it, so they've given her a spot in their university. That's kind of where we're at. There's like this ultra secret society taking place in this university with one of the professors. All I kind of know from other people reading this book is that this professor and her have a relationship. So people have really talked about the romance side of this. The actual plot of the book and this disease and this secret society seem the most interesting. They haven't even met yet, so I don't know about that yet. It's kind of reminding me of, oh my goodness, what is that movie? Taylor Kitsch is in it, and now my phone is across the room, so I can't even check. There's a movie about these like warlocks or wizards or whatever. They take place in a university secret society. I forget what it's called. I think it's from like the early 2000s. Very good movie. I love lame 2000s movies though, so maybe not everybody would think so, but that society is kind of reminding me of that, but it's very intense. Anyway, very good book. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna read until I go grocery shopping, and my phone is gonna stay across the room, and that is the goal for today. High hopes. Hopefully not too high, but high hopes. Even this is nice. Look at that stalls. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy my cuddles. I bought decaf orange pico.
Oh, nice. Decaf.
I think they say decaf still has like 5 milligrams, but decaffeinated to 0.2%.
Yeah.
Depends how long you brew it, but I don't brew tea very long. I'll try that.
It's cold.
It's not really.
I got the shits.
You have the shits?
Ships.
It's like, that doesn't equate to cold. My book is so good, I just want to go back to reading it. Are you going down soon? Can you put this in that freezer? Basically all I've done today is read. And I'm just about to start chapter 30. I'm 220 pages in, and I cannot stop. It's almost 8:30. Ideally, I have it down by 9:30, but at this point I don't know if that's gonna happen. Things have just gotten a little bit spicy, so I understand why people talk about the romance in this. I didn't expect it to actually be that big of a feature once I started the book. But now that I am at this point, more than a third of the way through, almost halfway, there is more romance-esque stuff coming in. I'm not crazy about all of it. This whole virus that they're talking about is parasites, which just grosses me out. My biggest fear is cockroaches because I watched Men in Black way too young, and this is giving me those vibes. And that part, I just, like when these people die, it's black worms coming out of their mouth.
I can't handle it. Like, I'm getting itchy thinking about it. Those parts I really sometimes just want to skip through, and I'm choosing not to, but it is really gross. Other than that, I like Lilia. I think she is too trusting of other people. She has this really admirable quality about not listening to rumors and giving people the benefit of the doubt, but it also means that she trusts people way too easily, even when she's warned not to. And I think that bothers me. But I also think she can take care of herself, so she can trust them, and then she won't fall for it when they actually do something sketchy, maybe. I'm not sure. I think I'm not understanding his reaction to her, but I'm wondering if it's just because we're not getting enough of Deverick, which is the male main character. We hardly see from his perspective, and it went from cold, 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 hot overnight, which is like how he describes her as really smart and brilliant. I don't know that we've seen how smart she is, but maybe it's just because the author doesn't write very sciencey, which is fine with me because I wouldn't understand it anyway. Like, she's not asking wild questions or anything. Anyway, she is witty and funny, and I think that she's wonderful, but I don't know how he knows that, I guess, is what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed with this book in my hands. Hi guys, I have not talked to you all day. I did a lot of b-roll and kind of just sat down and did my work, and now it's 3 p.m. I'm just waiting for Zach to get home, and then we're gonna take the dogs for a walk. I did read until 10 p.m. Was really mad at myself because it took me, I think, until like 11:30 to fall asleep, and I was really mad at myself for not just continuing to read. So actually my coffee this morning was decaf. So I am on no caffeine right now for the first time in years. I can't remember the last time I didn't have a morning coffee and caffeinate myself for the day. I'm tired. I'm feeling it. I should read. I would like to read, but I am worried that Zach will be home right when I'm getting back into it. So I am just gonna sit here and watch YouTube for a little bit and chill. I am over halfway now. Chapter 40. That's really exciting. I'm really enjoying it still. I think that this book is keeping things interesting enough throughout the whole thing. Like, it asks questions and it's answering them at a good pace that I'm not getting bored because I'm getting answers every few chapters. I don't know how this weekly vlog turned into a reading vlog, but I'm not gonna finish this tonight, and I would like to finish this video today. So I am done filming now, but I think whenever I edit, I will pop in at the end and say my rating and how I felt about the end of this book, because I am loving it so much and there is potential that it will end up being a 5-star. I'll let you know my final thoughts.
Hi guys, I lied. I said I would give you final thoughts on what I thought about Nocticadia when I was done, but I started a new weekly vlog that I'm currently filming where I just continued where I left off and was still reading this book. So, hate to be that person, but come back next week if you care, because I am now done reading it, but I filmed it all in real time. So, thanks for coming. Bye.